I did my first video on this like years and years and years ago, but it is another start, bench, cut video where I take, some NBA players and I say I will start the player, which means keep the player, the most desirable player available, bench the next player, maybe a player who I may value more or maybe find different than the player I started, or cut the player, which means out of the three players, they are maybe the least valuable, the least potential, the least star power, whatever it is I'm thinking of in that moment. I cut the player. So keep in mind that this is not an entire start bench cut video. If you've seen any of my past ones, you know I mix in some other scenarios, different questions and things like that. You'll see as the video goes on, but hopefully you guys will enjoy. And if you do enjoy, make sure you slap a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It would mean so much to me. Again, we're like maybe like 100 subs away from 6K, which I will be baffled by. It's so crazy how awesome you guys are doing, and I really do appreciate it so much. Yesterday I did post a video. I posted a rebuilding video on 2K. It was rebuilding the Minnesota Timberwolves. If you did see that video, you know that video was very 2KE. It was very 2KE, about it. So if you want to see something, make sure you check out that video. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let's get started with tonight's video. In our first start bench cut scenario, we have Lonzo Ball. Yes, a very high potential player, looking actually pretty good this year. Definitely a lot better offensively. Still picking it up on defense. A really good high potential player. Then we have DeJounte Murray from the San Antonio Spurs, a player who I love getting in NBA 2K in my league rebuilds, and again, a player with great defensive capabilities. Hopefully the point guard of the future for the Spurs. And lastly is Lamella Ball. Yes, maybe will be the only Mellow in the league in the next few short seasons. We have Lamella Ball. Wow. So Lonzo, DeJounte, and Lamelo, start one, bench one, cut one. Oh jeez. Well, if I can say anything from this season, and if you are a valid watcher of the NBA, you would know that for my start one, I have to say it's gotta be Lamella Ball. The offensive capability that Lamella Ball has already shown so far this season, but also I already feel like within the next couple years, maybe even next season, this guy could be an all-star. So that's a lot to say. He's already a player who looks like they can carry a team right now, not to a championship or a playoff seed or anything, but he can carry an offense of a team and be successful at it, because it looks like, as the Charlotte Hornets are right now, a playoff team and having the same record. Yes, they have the same record as the Boston Celtics as of right now. So I'm picking Lamella Ball, and especially potential-wise, even just right now, currently how he's playing, I gotta take LaMelo, so I'm starting LaMelo Ball. So now we're on to the bench or cut, and that is DeJounte Murray or Lonzo Ball. And you guys know I've been pretty big on Lonzo Ball, and I still do believe and think that Lonzo Ball can still be a vastly better player than he is right now. I feel like he's definitely more of a project player, and he's already seen some good boosts in offense this year. Again, starting to hit threes a little bit more consistently. You're seeing more 15 to 20, maybe even 25-point games from Lonzo, which is really good, but you don't need Lonzo to be that. And I also see that in DeJounte, where DeJounte doesn't need to be a 20, 25 point per game scorer. He's more of a defensive-minded guard who facilitates, run the offense, a Greg Popovich point guard, just how like Tony Parker was back in the day. Tony Parker wasn't a crazy scorer. He could be, and he was, but he didn't need to be, the leading scorer on his team to be successful. So I find the same sort of value in that in DeJounte, and even Lonzo not needing to be that. So these guys are very similar, at least in my opinion. But if this was my team and Lamella Ball was my starting point guard, and I had to bench or get one off the bench between Lonzo and Lonzo and DeJounte, obviously in a real life scenario, you gotta have the Ball brothers on the same team. You gotta follow LeVar Ball's sort of championship plan, and if you get all three Ball brothers on the same team, you instantly win an NBA championship. No, but I think the chemistry between them would be really good, and I feel like that would fit. But I am going to bench DeJounte and cut Lonzo. I know that hurts me a lot, because I am a big fan of Lonzo Ball. But dude, I like DeJounte Murray. I feel like is such a sleeper in the NBA. This dude has the potential to be a really, really like I think of him almost like a Mike Conley type of player, like Mike Conley back in like the 2012 era of basketball, where he was on the Memphis Grizzlies. Marc Gasol, almost an all-star caliber player, just really good at what he does, and I feel like DeJounte Murray can be that next sort of player like that. I gotta bench DeJounte, and I gotta cut Lonzo. No offense to Lonzo, it's just I've seen more higher highs from DeJounte than Lonzo, and Lonzo has had some very rough patches in the NBA, and I don't really want to take that risk, but I would. And again, there's no wrong answers in these things. I should probably have prefaced that earlier on in this video. There are no wrong answers. There are no wrong answers. There are no wrong answers in this entire video. It doesn't matter. It's just opinions. It is just fun, entertaining, relaxation. So keep that in mind. But yeah, starting Lamella Ball, benching DeJounte, cutting Lonzo. Ouch. Okay, this one feels really familiar, and it might be one we've already done before. But if it is, then it is, and I apologize. But it is a start one, bench one, cut one of Anthony Davis, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and prime Kevin Garnett. I feel like we've done this one already before, and if I did, I apologize. But if it is, it's a really good argument one, so I think we can sort of do this and not be so, upset about it. But this little thing on the mic, hopefully I can get it off. There we go. So start one, bench one, cut one. Man, I don't know if I'm going to start or bench this player, but one player I am for sure keeping without a doubt is Anthony Davis. I don't care if I'm starting him, benching him. I'm having Anthony Davis on my team. Anthony Davis is maybe the most unique power forward we have ever seen in the NBA. Maybe if you want to count Giannis as a power forward, which Giannis is just like a forward, like he could play small forward or power forward. He probably is more of a true power forward, but Anthony Davis on offense, on defense, the way he can shoot, handle the ball, control, defend, big time centers, but small guards as well. Like, Anthony Davis is the real deal, and might go down as maybe not the greatest power forward of all time, because that's obviously Tim Duncan, five-time champion, multiple-time MVP winner, a dude lived and breathed in the playoffs his entire career. But the best power forward, the most talented power forward we've ever seen, he could be that, and I don't know, man, I'm not passing up that at all. So, I don't know if I'm starting or benching Anthony Davis, but he is going to be a member of my team here. So, that's already one player down. So, now we are starting / benching between Giannis and prime KG. And we all know Kevin Garnett was an MVP. Kevin Garnett, took the Minnesota Timberwolves into nearly, Western Conference contending team for the title that year. Western Conference, title, that is not the NBA title, but the Western Conference championship. Like, he led that team to, be that sort of have to beat him type of squad, and he was a killer on that team. He was a killer in Boston. Like, his was definitely Kevin Garnett without a doubt. And he also had that in Minnesota as well. So, oh man. But Giannis is a 2-time back-to-back MVP and even could be considered a 3-time MVP because this dude this year is killing the game as well. But because he's already won it back-to-back, they're probably not going to give it to him again, even though he's on a good team playing almost exactly the same. It's super duper crazy. He's maybe more of a diverse defender. He can guard 1 through 5, just how KG. I don't really thought KG can guard, guards in the NBA. He could definitely guard bigs for sure. Like he was a lockdown defender, but Giannis can do that 1 through 5. Giannis is now adding a 3-point shot to his game. Can handle the ball really well. You can play through Giannis as well. I love me some Kevin Garnett, but it might seem that I'll have to cut Kevin Garnett. And, if KG maybe grew up in this era of basketball, maybe he would have transitioned into more of a new style, more versatile NBA player, like how Anthony Davis is now. Maybe, but just the way you can play AD and Giannis so differently in today's NBA game is so important. And KG is great. He's a great power forward. He's great at his position, but the versatility of Anthony Davis and Giannis are so crazy. I think I have to cut KG. No offense. It's just a different era, different talent of basketball nowadays. But which one do I start? It doesn't matter. I mean, I could start Giannis, have a very versatile passer, very, 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 run and gun type of player, or I could start Anthony Davis, have more of a defensive-minded paint defender, great post game. Like, oh man, I don't know. I'll just start Anthony Davis and have Giannis off the bench. Like, it doesn't matter. I'll just say that. Just because that's how they're put right now. Either way, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter. But I am gonna cut Kevin Garnett. No offense. I love KG. I just ranted about him, but I think I have to cut him. Oh God, these ones are really tough. This one is a sort of like a scenario one. It's not a start bench cut, but it's a scenario one. And this scenario is you have to get rid of three of these NBA players. The players they have listed are Jason Tatum, Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine, Devin Booker, Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo, Ket, Karl Anthony Towns, and Zion Williamson. You have to get rid of three of these players. Oh my God, that's crazy, man. That's unfair. You're picking a wrong answer with every selection. It feels like. I mean, you could take this in so many different scenarios. You can take this in, if you're building a team, get rid of 3 players you wouldn't want on your team. You can take it as 3 players you have the worst potential, 3 players you can't win a championship with. You could take this in so many different scenarios. Oh man, this is really tough. But oh God, okay, so if I have to do this one, I have to kind of concentrate. Okay, well, I see 2 players here who are very similar in play style, but I think one of them is more impactful on the NBA floor, and that's Devin Booker and Zach LaVine. And I love Zach LaVine. I've said it before on this channel. So many times how good I think Zach LaVine is, and I'm so happy he's an all-star this year. He deserves more success in his career. Hopefully he can get that with Chicago. If not, let's just hope he can get it in Chicago, because I really like him there in Chicago. But, comparing him to all these other players, every single other player on this board is a really good offensive player, but also a great defender. Every single one of them. But Zach LaVine, and if you're comparing Zach LaVine and Devin Booker, both are the weakest links on defense, Devin Booker can score, go toe-to-toe with Zach LaVine on scoring, but is also a better facilitator, maybe a smarter, higher IQ player, a player, at least in my opinion, I would trust more. So, no offense to Zach LaVine. I'm cutting Zach LaVine, so that's one of the players. Out of three, so I still need two more, which is really sucky. Next up, I think I gotta go Jaylen Brown. No offense to Jaylen Brown. I think he's a great two-way player. I've said this before. In my opinion, Jaylen Brown might be my perfect shooting guard. I would love to have on my team because he does it both ends. But for me, maybe besides Zion, because Zion was a rookie last year, every other player has shown me consistently that they can do this. This is sort of Jaylen Brown's like first breakout year. I don't know if I could trust Jaylen Brown being my number one option on my team like I could all these other players, maybe besides Bam, but Bam's a center. That really doesn't count. You're not trying to have Bam be like an offensive juggernaut like you'd wish your number one player would be, so that doesn't really count. I don't know if I could trust Jaylen like that. So I think I gotta cut Zach and Jaylen. That hurts a lot. Those are two great players. Again, all these are wrong answers. Like, you could say any three names and it's a wrong answer. That's crazy. God, so you have Tatum. Tatum has the ability to be a top 5 player in the NBA one day. Ben Simmons, one of the best defensive players in the NBA, plus a great, facilitating guard. Devin Booker, oh God, so elite. Donovan Mitchell on the best team in the NBA right now. Oh my God. I mean, the only player I could think would be maybe Karl Anthony Towns. Oh my God, I'm trying to think. I mean, Cat has always been like a 23, 25 point per game scorer, great stats, but has always seemed to not really affect the game. And a player as good as Karl Anthony Towns has shown he can be, it still feels like it doesn't amount to anything significant in the win column, which really sucks, because I really like his game. I think he can be, maybe a number 2 option, number 3 option on a championship winning team. But, everyone else on this board, maybe besides Bam, but again, Bam's defense is just, he might be the best defender on this list besides Ben Simmons. Well, he is for sure. And I think I might value that more, and I think he's more of a team player. I think I could win a championship more with Bam and Adebayo than I could with Karl Anthony Towns, if that makes any sense. So I think I have to cut Cat, and that hurts a lot too, because I love all these players. Oh my God. Again, there's no wrong answers. All of these are wrong answers, but I think the 3 players I'm cutting that I have to: Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown, Karl Anthony Towns, I think are my 3, and that hurts. Again, these are just no wrong answers. All these wrong answers. You can say it any way you want to, but this is just for fun, and that was really hard, but really fun to do. Hopefully you guys are, hopefully following along as well. It's kind of fun. Okay, this next one is cut 1 player. Cut 1. So now we only have to cut 1 player from these 4. The players that are shown are Jason Tatum, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, and Bradley Beal. You have to cut 1. Oh my God, these are just, they're cutting at my heart, man. These are really, really tough. So when it comes down to these 4 players, I mean, Jason Tatum is safe, even though he may not be having the best year and are struggling on a struggling Celtic team. The potential of Jason Tatum is still so high off the charts. I don't care. He is 100% safe. Bradley Beal is the leading scorer in the NBA. Bradley Beal, if he was on any other team in the NBA, I think he would have a little bit more success. I think he is also safe, and I think this comes down to Paul George and Jimmy Butler, because they both are somewhat similar in style when it comes to sort of a, ball controlling, really good defending wing. Both almost the same height, both play, again, very aggressive defense. Man, Jimmy is because that the rest of this NBA season, he has been in and out of the lineup, and when he does play, he plays like a regular Jimmy Butler, like a good 20-point per game scorer, ball in his hand a lot, good defense. He plays like normal Jimmy, but bro, finals NBA Jimmy Butler was like on such a different level. Like, I wish that was Jimmy all the time, but it's not. Obviously it can't be. That's crazy, but man, I think I am gonna have to go with Paul George. I love Jimmy, but if this is going off of right now, what player will I cut? Paul George is having his most efficient, most effective NBA season he has ever had, and that's really telling a lot since he's been, on the best. He was the best player on a great Indiana Pacers team that probably could have been in the NBA Finals a couple years in a row. Besides going up against LeBron's, super team. Well, maybe not a super team, but LeBron's crazy team in Miami. So, I mean, the shooting ability of Paul George really puts it over me as well. He's a great defender, maybe even as equal as a defender as Jimmy Butler, but can also hit a nice three ball. Can also guard the enemy team's, opposing team's best player. Good ball control, and doesn't need the ball in his hand to be effective. I feel like if Jimmy Butler doesn't have the ball in his hand, I don't want to say he's a useless player, but Jimmy has to have the ball in his hand to be effective, and I don't really want that in totality of my sort of go-to guy. I feel like that's how it is. So, no offense to Jimmy, he'd be one of the best players in the 90s if he played in the 90s or even the early 2000s. But in this day and age, I feel like the sort of tools Paul George has is more effective. So, no offense, I'm cutting Jimmy Butler. Okay, so this is probably going to be my last one. I know this video again might be kind of short. I just don't want to do ones I've done before, but this one is build. Yes, another sort of building video. Build your perfect starting five. And the players listed are, of course, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, Luka Doncic, Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jokic, and Joel the Process Embiid. Wow, okay, so with these players listed, I think there's 12 of them. Yeah, 12, yeah, there's 12 of them. You have to build your perfect starting five, or maybe your favorite starting five, whatever starting five you want to do. That's what you do. So, I think it's pretty easy to say that the first player I'm picking is LeBron James. Let's just put that out there. LeBron is, you can play on the ball with LeBron, off the ball with LeBron, NBA Finals LeBron. Like, I have to have LeBron on my team. He can just literally control the game, and the way the game moves and flows, how LeBron plays is absolutely amazing to watch. I'm 1000% picking LeBron for sure. It's also kind of weird they don't have like Giannis on this list, or other really good players on this list as well. It's kind of weird they left some of them off, but hey, that's none of my business. I'm picking LeBron. First pick, 1000%. And then with my next pick, oh man, I think the absolute crazy showing Steph Curry put on during the All-Star game and the three-point shootout, he wanted to remind everyone why he is such a absolutely singular player in NBA history. He is such a unique player in NBA history when it comes to skill, three-point shot, ball control, leadership. Like, the player Steph Curry is so important. I think I have to pick Steph as well. So, whatever forward position I can put LeBron, I'm putting LeBron. And then I have Curry at my point guard. So, I got my point guard. I got my small forward / power forward. Doesn't really matter. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so I think with my other forward spots, I think I'm also going to go with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant this year has also shown that, we already knew this, Kevin Durant can play on a super team very easily. He's a very unselfish player, so I think that will also help out with picking him. he's effective with the ball in his hand, without the ball in his hand, as a defender, as a go-to scorer. Kevin Durant can easily fit on any team in NBA history and be a great player, maybe even the best player on that team. He, even coming off an injury, can still easily be a 30-point per game scorer. I think his versatility as well is so important to the game. I'm picking Kevin Durant, so I have Curry at my 1. I have LeBron, KD at my 3 and 4, whatever matchup you want to do. You can have LeBron at the 4, Kevin Durant at the 4, doesn't matter. So I need a 2 guard and a center. I think with my guard spots, I think I really want a player who doesn't really need the ball in his hand a lot, but can still be very effective. And I think that's either going to be Kawhi or Jimmy. No offense to Harden or Luka, but I think we all know those guys really need the ball in their hand a lot to be effective, but we already have Steph, LeBron, Kevin Durant. I feel like having another guy who really needs the ball in his hand to be effective in any sort of way might hinder that, and it might be too much. So Kawhi, obviously a great defender, one of the best defenders of all time, and Jimmy Butler, a great defender in his own. No offense again to Jimmy, I know we're slandering Jimmy in this video, but again, I think we can all agree that Kawhi is probably a better player all the way around. Even his efficiency is crazy. Like, he's becoming a crazy threat from the 3-point line, one of the best mid-range shooters in the game. Again, crazy defender, a super unselfish guy, could easily fit on this team. Kawhi Leonard's going to be my 2 guard, guys. I'm going to have Steph at the 1, Kawhi, 6'7" Kawhi at the 2. Then we have LeBron / KD at the 3 and the 4, which way you want to go. That's a man. You could put me at center, and that team's still going 82-0, baby. Like, that's an insane team already. So if we're looking at this list, we have 3 selection of picks between Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic, and Joel Embiid. Man, that is really tough. And if I'm being honest, I really loved how Joel Embiid plays, but I think I'm going to go with Jokic. If we're going in today's NBA, and this team has to go 82-0 and then 16-0 in the playoffs, I think a team of Steph, Kawhi, KD / LeBron, and Nikola Jokic as my starting 5 is a great team, because we have a lot of passing ability with LeBron and Jokic. We have great scoring with Steph and KD, and then just a crazy lockdown defender in Kawhi, and we all know LeBron in the finals. Don't even get started with LeBron locking down and just being the man, the GOAT James. So that's a whole different beast in itself. I think just that would be very good for the team. So I think that is my perfect starting 5. If you want to say Anthony Davis, that makes a lot of sense. If you're picking Joel Embiid, that also makes a lot of sense. If you want Dame over Steph, dope. If you want Luka over, Harden, or you want Harden on your team, that's cool. This is just mine. I think it's a really good starting 5, so I think that is going to be it. But, yeah, I did find some other posts, but I think I might hold off and wait and do those ones later when I do another one of these videos. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, hopefully it's not too short. Hopefully you guys still enjoy, but I thought it was a lot of fun, and I love doing these start bench cut style of videos, and I know you guys do too, so thank you guys so much for all the support. Make sure you guys like the video if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel. I love you guys, and I love you watching this video right now. I hope